Welcome to the Peaceful Wellness Podcast with me, your host, Deb Phelps. If you are ready to unite with your true nature and find the calm you need to go through this journey called life, then walk a while with me as we learn to be resilient with mind, body, spirit modalities. I am a meditation teacher, mindfulness coach, sound healer, yoga specialist, and these and other modalities have helped me to truly find peaceful wellness within. So let's take a mindful approach together now. Greetings, friends. I'm so glad that you joined me for this week's episode of Peaceful Wellness with Deb Phelps. And this week we're looking at our heart. We're going to take a look at our heart this week and see what's there. So we'll have a meditation for that which is within us. So as we look at our heart, we have the physical heart, of course, right? And then we have the heart that is the home of our love, our peace, our tenderness, our compassion, our home of who we really are. And in this is where we feel our joy, but we also feel our sorrows there in the heart. So how can we continue to feel? And some of us may have grown up with not knowing what feelings we had. I know I didn't. And it was confusing because we were told, oh, just get over it. Or, there's nothing to cry about. There's nothing to be upset about. When we've been given those kinds of intents, you can't feel, don't feel, it really does a number on our mind, really, as we move through life. And we don't know who we are. We don't know what we feel. And so when we come into some of these practices of, I don't know what I feel, because I get that a lot from people is, well, I don't know what my feelings are. And this is why we take something like the rain meditation to help us. And the meditation that we'll be doing today is the rain meditation that I've talked about in the last few episodes. So when we take this rain meditation and we take it for what it is, it has 4 key points to it, and it's recognizing. Recognize what we're feeling. Now, this may not be an emotion that we're feeling. Maybe we are going to feel something else, and a lot of times it's within the body. So this is why we allow whatever it is that we're feeling. Now, it could be a bodily sensation. Maybe we do have a sense of a feeling, or we don't know what that is, but we allow it to be there without trying to push it away and push it out of the mind. And then we investigate. Okay, something is not right. I'm not at peace, right? So what is it that I'm feeling? And so then I investigate within the body. So here I come through the body, head to toe. What is it that I'm feeling in the body? So we get grounded in the body and we say, okay, well, my shoulder's tight. Maybe both shoulders are tight. And when I work with people one-on-one in this mindfulness coaching dyad, that's exactly what I help them to do, is to just lead them. What is it that you're feeling? And where are you feeling it? Okay, so maybe it's tightness in the shoulders. Maybe the jaw is very tense. Maybe the chest feels really heavy. Maybe the belly, maybe there's some sensation of nausea, for instance. Maybe I just feel stiff all over. So we're investigating first what's in the body. And then we can also add in, well, maybe there is the emotion that's coming up. Maybe there are some thoughts that are coming in. Maybe it is that old, well, I'm not supposed to feel. Or I'm not good at what I have to accomplish. I don't have enough schooling, or I don't have enough training. I don't have what it takes to be doing whatever it is that I'm doing. You know, you can be stronger, you can be this, you can be that. All these things that come up that are a disruption to our system. And that's really what it is. It's a disruption to our system. So we recognized it, we allowed it, and now we're investigating it just a little further within our whole being, right? So what is it that I'm feeling in the body? What is it that I'm experiencing in the mind and experiencing in the heart with any emotions that may come up? Maybe there's tears. Sometimes it helps to even take that position of, maybe curling up if that's what we feel, or maybe holding our belly if that's what we feel. And when we do that, we're getting a more experience, or getting more experience into what is going on, a somatic experience, really, and what's going on within us. And it's okay, because we started with allowing, right? After we recognize, we allow it, we're allowing it to be here, we're allowing it to be present in our lives. Instead of maybe what we did before is push it aside, I'll deal with it another time, I got too much to do. I know I was in that space. I know that I did the exact same thing. And then with this rain practice, we come into the nurture. What do I need? I need some nurturing. So maybe there are some things that I can say to myself. It's okay. Right now it's like this. Right now it's like this. I love you. And then maybe you're even taking your hands to your heart, maybe a fist on your heart and a hand over top of it. And just really feeling into the heart. This is what I need. Or maybe you need to give yourself a hug. Maybe it's all right. Everyone makes mistakes. So there may be things that you say, there may be some physical things that you do that help you to nurture this feeling that you're having. And then we look at it afterwards. After the rain, we just experience it. So I'll be walking through this meditation with you and giving you all the prompts that you need so you can do this meditation for yourself. And I highly suggest that you don't use something that's terribly upsetting, maybe slightly upsetting to begin. And then you can move on from that. And that's something that I do work with people on as well. If you will, go ahead and find a comfortable seat. And I just invite you to start off first by just paying mindful attention to the movement of the breath. So just noticing the movement of the breath. We're not changing the breath in any way here. Just relaxing with the breath. Maybe as this in-breath is coming in, maybe you feel there's healing coming in. Maybe there's prana, life coming in. And as you let go with your exhale, maybe you feel yourself releasing just a little bit more. And as you breathe, you might even sense that there's areas in the body that really want to let go, want to release. So maybe it's just raising and then releasing your shoulders down. Maybe it's softening the hands. Just letting the breath itself just relax you. It's like a gentle massage. Now, of course, you may notice that the mind starts to drift with thoughts. That's normal. That's natural. That's what the mind does. So be open. If your senses start to wake up, you're hearing sounds, etc., just come on back to the breath, resting on that breath. And then as you're resting on the breath, see if you can sense if there's a place of difficulty that's bringing up some challenging emotions. Now, here, I wouldn't pick something where there's a very charged reaction, something very charged going on. Pick just a minor difficulty, something that's there, but just maybe a little discomfort, just to start out with this practice if you haven't done this practice before. Maybe it's an illness or a conflict. Maybe it's something going on at work that's triggering some feelings of maybe fear, maybe sadness, maybe hurt. And this is a situation that you'd like to find more balance in the middle of it. So it's not going to serve you if you're bringing up any situation that's evoking trauma. So we want to kind of back off of that and just pick something that's not so charged, something that we can work with this first time around. And so as you're letting yourself bring this to mind, maybe you start to see the face. Maybe it is someone you've had an argument with. Bringing in maybe the characters, maybe the words that were spoken at the moment you got triggered in some way. So remember, we're just using just a very slight discomforting situation here. Or maybe it's yourself. Maybe you were behaving in a way that was very upsetting to yourself. Maybe you have some shame going on. So watch it like a movie. You're watching this movie play itself out. And then freeze the frame for that one scene that really you could feel that emotion building. And this is where we're going to begin the rain practice. So the R of rain, as you remember, we're recognizing whatever is most predominant here that's going on inside you. Maybe you're feeling some anger, maybe some hurt, maybe you feel frozen. Maybe there's a little anxiety. So just naming it to yourself, whatever you're most aware of, and recognize, okay, this is what's going on. I'm feeling a little anxious, or I'm feeling a little jealous. And then we move into the A of rain, which is the allow. So we're allowing this to be here right now. So we make space. We're pausing. We make space for this to be here. Now, allowing doesn't mean we like it. It just means that we're acknowledging that this is where we are in this moment. Right now, it's like this. You're letting it be there. And so by allowing, you're now able to then begin to deepen your attention. And so this is where we bring in that I of rain, which is investigate. So here, you might begin to ask what most wants attention. What does this most difficult part want to say? Now, maybe you can investigate your feeling in the body. What does it feel like? You kind of scan from top of the head all the way to the feet and see, where in your body do you feel this? If it's judgment, if it's dislike, if it's fear, shame, failure. So just do that scan through the body. What do you notice in the body? So after getting in touch with those areas within the body, maybe now asking yourself, what am I believing in this when this is happening? I'll give you some examples. Like, am I believing that somebody feels like that I'm not special? Maybe I feel like I'm a failure or that I'm unlovable. Maybe I feel like I'm not understood or that I'm invisible. So sense if there's a belief going on. And what could that be? Maybe I feel disrespected. And then tuning that in with the body, where am I sensing that in the body? When I'm believing that, where do I feel it or sense it in the body? Maybe your throat, maybe your heart, maybe your belly. What emotion might be there? So what's that felt sense? Is there a aching, feeling of being squeezed? Maybe a rawness? And you can keep investigating more fully. Maybe you even assume the facial expression of what you're feeling. So just take your face on. Maybe if you're angry, you're squeezing your face. And take that expression on. Maybe even change your body posture. Maybe you want to curl into a ball, or maybe you want to just hunch your shoulders or clench your fists. If that helps you to investigate what it is that you're feeling. And this is just part of the investigation process and how you can be fully with the experience. So what do you notice? And then if this vulnerable place in you could communicate, what would it want you to know? Maybe there's some words, maybe there's a stronger feeling, or maybe there's an image that comes to mind. So what does this part of you want to communicate? So this is where the investigation, the eye of rain, moves into the N, the nurturing. So this vulnerable place, how do you want me to be with you? What does this place need most right now? Does it want to feel something in particular? Does it want to trust something? And so just start to ask and sense. And then even responding to this place inside of you with the most loving and wise part of you. So get in touch with that wise, loving part of you. Maybe it is another being. Maybe it's your higher self. Maybe taking a few full breaths. Maybe adjusting your posture just a little. Maybe putting that facial expression of whatever most inhabits your highest self. Maybe it's a smile, maybe it's just a warmness. Where that place is your most awakened heart. But still staying in contact with that vulnerability. But that awakened heart. Feeling, listening to what this place inside you needs. Now, maybe it's calling on your inner wisdom, calling on your love now. So maybe it is bringing a hand or both hands to your heart. Maybe it's your belly. Maybe it's your throat. Maybe it's just hands on both of the cheeks. Maybe it's a hug. So this most wise and loving part of your being offers you maybe a tender touch. And as you do that, just let that energy, that loving energy, flow into that place of vulnerability. And say, if you have your hand on your heart, you can even vary the touch. Maybe you can press a little warmer. Maybe you can put a fist on your chest, placing your other hand on that fist, coming in a little more. And you see, this is where we make the shift, when we start to regard ourselves with compassion. So maybe there's words you need to hear. Can you offer those? Maybe it's you belong, you're a part of this life. And if it feels like you can't do this, invoke those beings. Invoke those beings you love and let them come in to bring that compassion from your higher self. Maybe it's a teacher or a healer. Maybe it's the Buddha, Jesus, or the Great Mother. Maybe it's Kuan Yin. Maybe it's the love and wisdom of the whole universe. And just let it flow through your hands, flow into your heart, and into where that vulnerability lives. So just let the healing in, being the holder and the held. And then as we move out of this, and you can always do this process again, this practice again, anytime you need, and take as long as you want. But we move into that after the rain, and that's where we just rest in our heart space, rest in that presence, letting yourself be in that loving awareness, compassion state. And noticing how you feel. What is it like now? Have you noticed any shift at all? From the beginning of this meditation to where we are now, can you find yourself in a place of trusting? And we can always rest in this presence because it's who we truly are. So just rest here. Knowing that you are loved and love. That's the rain meditation. It's really helpful for opening our heart to compassion. And as we open our heart for ourselves, we also open our heart for others. And we can have compassion for them as they go through whatever experience that they're going through too. Thank you for joining with me this week. I look forward to joining with you next time. May all beings be happy. May all beings be well. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful and at ease. I wish you much peace, my friends. Until next time. Thank you for joining with me today. For my weekly classes, meditation and modalities on-demand library, self-study courses, and private sessions, visit my website at peacefulwellness.org.